Hey, what is going on, you guys? The name is SubZeroExtabyte and I want to thank you all for clicking on the video. I mean, you could have been doing anything that you would want right now, and you decided to spend your time today with me, which I think deserves some respect. But yeah, this is another video in Minecraft. You guys know that I have been loving the Minecraft stuff lately, even though there have been some things happening that I might not have wanted to happen. But yeah, that is something that I will touch up on a lot when I am playing Minecraft. But this video is going to be a little bit different than usual, since this is going to be one big story time. So the clips that you are going to be watching are pretty old. The footage is kind of old, and I do not have any voice recordings for them, since they are just gone or something. I am not sure what happened to those. But yeah, this is something that happened a long time ago, and I just kind of want to touch up on this footage. And the reason why I decided to upload this footage after such a long time, well, let me just say that this is a story that has got to be told. It is like Rogue One, a Star Wars story. I mean, you could be able to live without that movie, but the story just fits in so well with the rest of the saga that you will just have got to see this movie. And you can kind of say the same thing when it comes to this video right here. So I hope that you are going to enjoy this video, even though it is a little bit different. And I just hope that you like this style of video, since it might be a little bit weird since we are trying something new here. So the story goes as followed. Once upon a time, and I may say that that time was a very long time ago, if that makes sense. But alright, never mind, I will start over. For dramatic effect, it is the first time that I am doing something like this, so please bear with me. Once upon a time, a very long time ago, there was one brave survivor who found the legend of the Herobrine. It was a very strange time, as I may say so. It was a time full of turmoil and there was a lot of confusion about a lot of things, which is pretty normal when you have been watching SubZeroExtabyte his videos lately. But we will not start getting into that right now. This individual called SubZero found a pretty normal spot to start building a house with his best friend the Herobrine. It was a good time, and I must honestly say that I think back to those times a lot. I mean, it was just that great. Me and the Herobrine were always just pranking each other, but this time around we were being very serious about our stuff because we were about to make a commitment so vital that we could not just joke around. Yes, the Herobrine and me were going to be living together as roommates, and that was going to be amazing because that way we could be having fun all the time and we would be together all of the time. It was just going to be so great. But a lot changed really fast, but I will touch up on that when the time is right. So as I said, we were going to be living together, but first we actually needed to make a house, because you cannot live together when you do not have a place to live together. I mean, that sounds pretty simple, right? And it actually is, by the way. Now of course, when building a house, sometimes things do not really pan out the way they supposed to, right? I mean, that is just how that goes, I guess. But SubZero did not care and he just started building. I mean, he saw something that did not look into place with the rest of the big landscape of Minecraft. So he decided to go and check it out, but it was just the start of the house that they were building. A small miscommunication, which of course can happen, you know, but which was kind of amazing, since this SubZero individual is kind of a daredevil, if I may call him that myself. I mean, he is not the superhero Daredevil. I mean, come on, it is not like he is blind and can kick a bad guy his butt. He is already struggling with a couple of noobs. But as I was saying, he decided to go over to the building that he saw, and he started helping because it was the building that the Herobrine was building for him, so that they finally had a place where they could start living together happy ever after. But of course, if that was it, then this video would be a little short right now. Of course, you might be thinking, well, why is Sub going to be living together with a Herobrine? Well, a little story on that is this. So this is pretty much what happened this morning with SubZero, and this is an actual voice recording of that morning, so pay close attention to this real quick. Alright, so he just basically pushed me out of my own house. Well, that is a great start to my already bad day. I mean, so first my Minecraft house gets grieved, and then now I am being evicted by some angry looking kid who basically is just mocking me right now by just acting like nothing has happened, and he is just sitting in my house, and I will not stand for this. But but then again I can no really do that much because I believe that he has locked the door. So that will not work. Could you please come outside, sir? I just want to talk because I literally have no idea what is going on right now. Just come out and we can talk about whatever you would want. I really do not care. Just tell me what you want or need and just let me back into my house. We can talk about this like civilized people. I know that it sounds hard when you are mad, but this is not the way to go about things. Just come outside and talk to me for a second. I will be able to change your mind. Whatever you are thinking about right now, I can change it. But basically nothing worked to get this guy out of his house. But he continued with the following. There are a lot of things that we can do that does not breaking and entering into my house and even evicting me from my house. Now the guy that he met in his house was the Herobrine, so it was their first day knowing each other. Now since all of that happened, we actually got a pretty good bond after that because we were pretty much just soulmates. We literally found that out the second that we started a conversation, and it was amazing, to be honest. But alright, I can see that you are a little bit tense. That does not matter at all. We can just go do some stuff together that will definitely calm you down, I will promise you. And if they do not calm you down, then I will grant you the entrance to my house and you can live here and do whatever you want with it. Does that sound like a fair and square deal to you? But we never actually fell out of it, to be honest. We always just managed to go on and do the things that we wanted to, which is of course the better thing to do when you would have been in his shoes. It is a long story. Just follow me along on this one, okay? I am trying my utmost best here to tell a cool story for you guys, so please just appreciate it, and otherwise do not shoot the messenger, because I am just a messenger, since I am the one reading the story to you. But as you can see in the footage, the young SubZeroExtabyte had no idea what was going on after he started building the home that he and the Herobrine were going to be living in. So that is something that I think is worth noting, because this is just the way that things go, I guess. There were a lot of thoughts going through his mind. For example, what is happening and what can I do? And why did my mom make spaghettios for dinner when she said she would make meatballs? Well, as you can tell, the guy had a lot of questions that were just going to be left unanswered. So I took the opportunity and of course the responsibility to answer his questions. So question 1. What is happening? Well, sub, I do not have a clue. Moving on to question 2. What can I do? Well, sub, instead of dying to that thing every darn second, you could try your best to outbuild it, or at least do something. And then moving on to question 3, which was, why did my mom make spaghettios for dinner when she said she would make meatballs? Well, Sub-Zero, that was because you did not finish your plate of meatballs last time, so you're not getting any right now. But eventually SubZeroExtabyte was able to get his head out of his butt, and he decided to face the facts, and he decided that it might have been a really good decision to start living together with a Herobrine. I mean, who would not want to do that, right? He is one of the most feared people in Minecraft, so why would you not want to live with him? And it was kind of freaky to stand so close to it, to be honest. But you know, at least I did something right. I mean, at least Sub-Zero did something right. Oh, and by the way, would you come back here for a second and stop trying to run away from me? I am not the bad guy right here, okay? You are the one that has got to be disciplined. Now you can just hang in there and think about everything that you have done thus far, because you have been acting like a douche. And I do not like douches, but I guess I will just help you out if you will listen to me then. Alright, good, we have a deal then. But do not try to run away again, alright? Hey, I told you not to run away again. Get back here. You do not have the authority to disrespect me like that. Would you just come back here? I will help you fight your anger, my young friend. Okay, maybe we are not yet friends, but I believe that we can become friends once we actually get to know each other a little bit better. Alright, so with that said, let's just move ahead and actually get something done about your little anger issues before you explode like a volcano, or like something that might have blow up my house in my Minecraft world. That better not have been you, because I will personally kick you in the buttocks if you have done that. The Sub-Zero continued. I mean, he was really angry at him sometimes because the Herobrine was untamable. So tell me now if you have had anything to do with the disappearing / blowing up of my beloved vacation home in my peaceful Minecraft world. But alright, I guess I will trust you then. So you swear that you have had nothing to do with that? I mean, the kid was just like, as long as you do not blow up the new house, then I really do not mind whatever you do. I mean, I cannot tell you what to do, so I am not going to be telling you what to do. But basically all that he was doing was delaying the inevitable, and that was a certain death. I mean, there was no going around the fact that Sub-Zero was going to get wrecked. time after time after time. But at least there is one thing that you would be able to take away from this, and that is the fact that whatever happened, Sub did not care about the fact that he got smacked down to the ground. Not literally of course, but you could see that there was some tension building up between Sub-Zero and the Herobrine. I mean, you do not have to be a shrink to see something like that going on. It was quite obvious. You can see it for yourself. He just wanted to make sure that whatever he did, he ended up doing it right, since he had a lot of stuff going on, and he just wanted that Herobrine to stay with him forever. So he did not care about the dying, and he did not care about all of the hurt and the pain that was inflicted to him. And that might be the mentality of a total dumb guy, but it was also something that most people would call to be very heroic. So take it with a grain of salt, or just take it or leave it. I really do not care at all. I mean, I am just telling you guys the story. You can do with this information whatever you want in the world. Now, after all of the building, of course, I still had to do something that was rather good, right? I had to call my insurance and all of that stuff because someone, and I am not naming any names, had the common courtesy to blow up my freaking vacation home in Minecraft. Now, of course, we all know that sometimes we get annoyed in this game, right? I mean, we all have our differences, and usually they are only short-lasting and they never really get that much out of hand, right? Well, today is the day that he found this little guy called Herobrine. I have literally got no clue who he is and what he does. I have only heard rumors about this guy, and since I do not want to spread any false rumors about anyone, I really do not want to go too much into detail about this guy. I mean, there are a lot of false rumors going around town about me, and I really do not like that at all. So this is basically my way to right a little wrong right now. That does not sound that weird, right? But as I said, I just contested him in a build-off. Now I think that it is very honest to say that the Sub-Zero did not really want to live with the Herobrine, because he ended up doing the most stupid thing ever, and he blew up the house that the Herobrine was building. Now of course Sub-Zero himself had a laugh, but the Herobrine could not even flinch a little smile about that. I mean, the guy had spent so much time building that house, and I think that Sub-Zero got a little scared or something, and he ended up blowing up a part of the house that the Herobrine started to build. Now the person who builds the best looking house or whatever actually wins. It is all just for honor, but you know, but I mean, they were still going to be living together in the house once they were done. That was pretty much the whole point of everything that was going on, but you guys might have missed that. At least I think you could have. It is not like I just repeated myself 20 times or something like that. But that is okay, I guess. I mean, if you do not want to listen, then that would be your loss, I guess. But let's not get off topic here, guys. Let me get back to the actual story here. You see, young Sub blowing up Herobrine's house as a prank. I mean, it was kind of a prank. Anyway, he should not have done that, because what I didn't tell you yet is that Herobrine always got bullied in school for having a skin with blue eyes. You see, normal skins have two different colored eye pixels, but Herobrine had purely white eyes, which obviously looked very weird. But yeah, Herobrine didn't like being bullied, and that's why he had some anger issues. But Sub had no way of possibly knowing that, right? Anyway, Herobrine left the house, and while Sub was fixing the ground floor, he thought to himself that maybe it wasn't a good idea after all. Maybe he should not have blown up the whole house that he and Herobrine worked on together. But it was a good prank though, Sub thought to himself. Little did he know that Herobrine had enough of the pranks and was planning a massive explosion especially made for Sub. Sub was about to feel what it was like being pranked really badly. Herobrine thought to himself, you know what? I have had it with all the bullies and pranks. I am going to be the biggest prankster of the whole Minecraft universe. And we all know that that really happened, right? He did become the biggest and most feared character in Minecraft to this day, apart from Null and Entity 303, but those are other stories. This is the story about Herobrine, and so we should only talk about Herobrine. Don't you guys agree? Well, I do, and I am the one telling the story, so yeah, lol. Anyhow, Herobrine was still preparing his explosion, and boy oh boy did he have a good surprise for Sub. Like literally, even a nuclear missile could not destroy the house more than Herobrine's explosion that is coming up fairly soon now. It wasn't until Subs noticed that Herobrine still didn't return to the house until Sub stopped repairing the floor and saw that Herobrine was still gone. He thought to himself, what could have possibly happened to Herobrine that made him so upset that he left the house for good? And while there was only one single clear answer, Sub refused to admit that his prank went too far. And that's when it all happened. Herobrine gave Sub a good taste of well-prepared TNT prank.